Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Haverhill Journal Live for Monday, July 6th, 2020. I'm Lindsay Paris, here with you tonight live from the HC Media Studios. HC Media is now bringing you the Haverhill Journal Live Monday nights at 7 p.m., live streaming on Channel 22 in Haverhill, at haverhillcommunitytv.org, and on the HC Media Facebook page, and replaying at 5:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. every weekday night on Channel 22. Tonight, we're joined by guests Sarah Moser, Library Director of the Haverhill Public Library, and from the Switchboard, we have owner Sarah LoVasco and July Artist-in-Residence Tina Gagnon, whom we'll be talking with a little later on. But first, with folks looking for local things to do this summer, there's a new option, kayaking on the Merrimack River via the rental kayaks now available at the City of Haverhill Dock behind the tap. The Journal was there to see the first intrepid boaters hit the water.
We're here to kick off a wonderful new business in the Haverhill community. Ken Taylor to my right is the owner of Plum Island Kayak. This has been a year in the making, and it's really feels good to see something, not only to sort of see a project come to fruition, but something that has so much potential. There's so much potential for a business like this, so I'm psyched.
When I've tried to open up other operations in other cities, it's been nothing like this at all. The town asked me to come here, and I just want to promise that I'll do the best I can to make this successful. I'm also planning on having family days for people that just can't afford to get out in the boats. So I want the entire community to enjoy the river and get everybody out there, and I promise to do a great job for all.
It's an exciting day for Haverhill to see the activation of the river here with Plum Island Kayak, getting people out on the water, getting people actively involved with the river. It's a great day for Haverhill. We really have been highlighting the asset of the river as a part of our master plan as we put the master plan together. And it's very exciting and just great to see people out on the river.
One of the things that I think about is that many people in Haverhill don't have access to the river. And I grew up not ever being on the river on a boat or any type of kayak or anything of that nature. And this provides access to anybody, pretty much, who can come down and rent a kayak, get in the water. So this is a win for business, this is a win for equity, it's a win for the community.
Coming through Haverhill on a boat, it's a whole new perspective. It's just a whole new way of looking at the city, which is just a really wonderful experience, and I hope everybody has that chance.
That looks like so much fun. Later this summer, the Haverhill Journal will be premiering a full-length On the River special, highlighting special places and people along the Merrimack, here on Channel 22. One of the central locations of Haverhill community life is the Haverhill Public Library. Although the library was forced to close to the public in mid-March due to COVID-19, the library staff has managed to keep the community engaged in many different and unique ways. Sarah Moser, Library Director, has joined us tonight to discuss some of those special programs as well as what's coming up. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
So the library has been hugely impacted by the shutdown, yet the library staff is as busy as ever, and you have so much going on. Tell us more about some of the programs you're offering right now and what's keeping you busy.
Well, all of our programming is virtual at the moment, so everything will be done via your computer or your phone or through our app. So we've been trying to keep as busy as possible with programs offered for all ages, so adults, kids, teens, everyone. Obviously, it's very different than doing in-person programming. So, it's not the same, but we've tried to keep as many programs going as possible and offer as much as we can. And we're doing curbside delivery, which is a little bit of a stopgap until we can actually be open to allow people to come in and browse. So we've been doing that for a while now, and it's been very popular. We're busy pretty much all day, every day with curbside delivery. And it's doable in much the same way as if you were like ordering groceries or ordering takeout. We have an app. It's called My Libro, and you can download the app and you just use it like you would Instacart for groceries or DoorDash for food. Or you can just pick up the telephone and call us, and we will place an order for you that way. And you just pull into specially marked spots, and you have access to everything that we have in our building. So you can get books, you can get DVDs, you can get CDs, whatever we have available. So we've tried to do as much as possible while also following all of the state guidelines about remaining closed until we hit certain phases.
I've been using the curbside pickup myself. I know it's been amazing for people who love to read like I do. Having to go, almost 2 months without books was like, oh my God, what do I do? Pulling all my old books off the shelves I've read 100 times. But the summer reading programs that you offer for children and adults have been a library mainstay forever, providing a great incentive, especially for kids, to keep up their reading during school vacation. But how has summer reading changed this year, and how's it stayed the same?
Well, it's changed in a major way because it's 100% virtual this year. So it's not that different really, because we're still getting our book list from the Haverhill Public Schools. So everything that the kids are getting from their teachers, we have those books available either virtually through Overdrive, so you can do ebooks or audiobooks, or hard copy books that you can get through curbside delivery. But we do have yet another app called Beanstack. And again, we're doing it for all ages. So it's adults, teens, kids. And it's been really, really popular. We've had a ton of participation so far, especially adults, which we don't always get a ton of adults doing summer reading. And it's really fun. You can make it as interactive as possible. You create an account and there's all these different challenges. You win badges, you get prizes, you get all these different raffle entries. And the staff has done a really excellent job of posting a lot on social media, especially the children's room staff. They try to make it as fun as possible for the kids, knowing that they can't come in. So we're trying to make it as fun as possible and keep the key elements of, prizes when you hit certain benchmarks. And we've also included a new element this year where we are matching our prize money with donations to local charities. So we'll be giving money to food banks and a couple of other organizations. So we're also kind of trying to build into that community spirit aspect this year as well.
Wow, that's really neat. So you're kind of giving back to the community at the same time you're participating in this book club and having fun over the summer. And it's really great, especially like I said, for kids who, need something to do this summer, probably more than ever. And as great as all these socially distanced programs are, people like myself are really missing being able to walk into the library and browse the shelves, use the MBLC Interlibrary Loan Program. Are there any updates on when the library building may be reopening to the public and what that might look like?
Yes, well, we are included in phase 3 of the state's opening plan, which really just kind of started today, and they just released more specific guidelines for libraries today. So we're hoping, and I can't say 100%, but we're hoping that as of next Monday, we will be able to allow people into the building in a limited capacity. Of course, there will be restrictions in place like there is everywhere else. So we'll have restrictions like only a certain amount of people can come in at a time. You can only stay for a certain amount of time. Certain areas of the library will be off limits, at least in the beginning, so we can kind of control crowd movement, make sure everyone is social distancing. But that will allow you to actually physically come into the building and browse collections. So I know a lot of people are dying to do that. So you hopefully as of Monday, you'll be able to do stuff like that. Also access our computers, copiers, things like that people have not been able to do for a while now. And we will definitely post updates on all of our social media and on our website as soon as we know exactly how we're going to roll it out. So people can be ready to go. We will be requiring masks. So that's something for everybody to be prepared for. Definitely if you're planning on coming next week, come with your mask ready to go and know that you'll need to leave it on the whole time you're in the building. We will have masks available for people too if they don't have their own. So we're going to ease into it slowly now that we've gotten some permission from the governor. But we are definitely going to be excited to have people back in the building. And we know people are going to be excited to be able to physically come in and actually just like hold a book.
Can't wait to be back there going through the shelves. Will you still offer the curbside pickup even while, the building reopens?
Yes, absolutely. It's been so popular, and we know, we're realistic. We know a lot of people are still not going to feel 100% comfortable coming into the building anytime soon. So we want to continue that option for folks, and that will also help us to abide by capacity rules so that then, again, you don't have to come into the building if you don't want to. Curbside will still be an option. Book delivery is kicking back in again, so we'll be able to get more from other libraries and MVLC soon. So everything is going to start expanding more and more. It's just going to be a slow process, so people will have to be patient.
Well, it's really great news, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here tonight and for all the extra hours that the staff has put in to serve the city. Really great news again that they'll be reopening probably next week.
Yeah, we'll keep everybody posted for sure.
Okay, thank you so much. Again, you can request Haverhill Public Library materials and receive them via curbside pickup from 10 to 4:30 on Monday through Friday. Call the library at 978-373-1586 to put in your request, or do it online at haverhillpl.org or via the MyLibro app. One of Haverhill's most unique downtown businesses is the Switchboard, an organization dedicated to supporting the artistic and creative community by providing entrepreneurial and arts-related opportunities. Owners Sarah LoVasco and Haley Michella have found innovative ways to continue to offer programming over the past 4 months, especially via their Artist in Residence program. Tonight, we're going to learn more about the Switchboard from our guests, Sarah LoVasco, and the Switchboard's July Artist in Residence, Tina Gagnon. Thank you both so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, absolutely. Sarah, you have been constantly innovating at the Switchboard since you opened in 2017. When the pandemic hit, did it require a big shift for you, or was it more like, oh, this just gives us another even better reason to support local artists?
Right. As with everyone else, this was an entire shock to the system, to the back end business, our programming, just all across the board. However, it sort of lined up with a transition that we were already embarking on, which was sort of highlighting our Artist in Residence program. And we had Lindsay Jordan Handmade lined up for 2 months, April and May. We were devastated to have to cancel and not showcase her product and her as an artist in resident. So we sort of like our transition was happening right as COVID shut everything down. So we have sort of been scrambling and sort of starting from the ground up, just like everyone else. So we're looking at it like a fresh start almost. Our first artist in resident, Jessica Furtado, who is our June artist in resident, was almost a perfect resident to sort of start things off while things were shut down, because no one was allowed in the space. She was doing a socially distanced portrait project. So she was actually going and meeting people, again, socially distanced, masked, throughout her entire month. So that was her project. I mean, she sort of revamped and was extremely flexible to the given circumstances, and adapted her creative process to that. So it's been working out so far. And Tina, our next artist in resident, has thus far been equally as patient and creative when it comes to offering this programming.
It's been really interesting following you. You know, I subscribe to your newsletters, and there's always a lot going on. I saw Jessica Furtado's photos last month. They were fantastic. And now I've seen some of Tina's work. Again, amazing, great exposure for these artists. But tell us about the Artist in Residence program. How does that work?
Sure. So we're really excited about being able to offer an artist residence program at the Switchboard. We basically will offer between 6 and 8 a year. And we're basically welcoming artists into our space for 4 weeks at a time, and to basically do an entire takeover. They're renting the space from us with the sort of caveat that we're there to support them and link them to our community, whether that's through exhibitions, studio visits, attending receptions, workshops, as Tina's been gearing up for. So we're looking at the residence program as an opportunity for not only artists to sort of take the next step in their career or with their intentions as artists, but also a benefit to our community who has one-on-one direct access to a rotating list of artists in our community. So we're really focused on having it be a very hyper-local piece of our programming. So, artists can apply through our website. They can reach out to us on Instagram, any of our social media channels. Talking to a current or former artist in resident is also a great way to learn about what this program will entail. And I will say it's in its early purviews with this COVID-19 with us. So it's going to look different for a long time.
You guys are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Tina, you're the second artist in residence, of course, following Jessica Furtado last month. So what has the experience been like for you?
Well, I spent the end of last week moving in, and today was my first official day of working in there, and it's been really nice. People have been going by the window and peeking in and seeing what I'm doing, and I also have a camera that's on me, on my artwork actually, all day long, so people can tune in live and watch me draw at any point during the day. And I'm going to be having workshops and children's classes on Wednesdays, and so they're all going to be done virtually, naturally, but it's kind of different and challenging, but it's kind of fun watching the people kind of, because they think that you can't see them, but we can walk by and they're looking in the window. So then I just wave.
Oh, that's so fun. Well, it's really fun having that live stream. I saw that today. And so you can tune in anytime during the day, Monday through Thursday, and see what you're up to down there.
Yes.
I love it. So anyway, Sarah, tell us a little bit about what else is coming up at the Switchboard and what we should be watching for next.
Sure. Well, I should mention we have an artist reception for both Tina and Jess. So people can, we're going to be sort of, as Sarah was remarking at the library, now that we're sort of allowed to open, we're going to try out an in-person reception July 18th. People can come from 10 to 2 or from 5 to 8 p.m. and see both artists work in person. So that's sort of something we're planning for in the immediate future. But sort of after that, we're excited to welcome our third artist in resident, Terry Mashi, who's been an artist that's shown with us for the past couple of years. And then we have our small work show. We're going to try and pull off our annual small work show, which brings in about 80 different artists. And we're gonna see how that works and what that looks like. So yeah, stay tuned for announcements about that.
Great. We'll be looking forward to that. Maybe Haverhill Journal can come down. Hopefully by that time, we'll be able to get together in person. We'll see. But Sarah,
great.
Tina, wouldn't it be great? I know. Really nice to have you here tonight to learn all about the latest going on at the Switchboard.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Bye-bye. Visit their website at theswitchboardhaverhill.com to see a full schedule of ongoing events. And that's our show for Monday, July 6th. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. As always, keep watching HC Media for up-to-date information, public service announcements, series programs, and more. I'm Lindsay Paris, and have a great evening, everyone. Good night.